Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the brand new 2021 Warner Brothers film, Space Jam: New Legacy. So, this is the worst sequel I've ever seen in my entire life. We have talked about pretty crap movies, right? We've talked about absolute trash that I was shocked to see as an actual film, like an approved script, a budgeted production, an authorized screening. Crap. We've talked about crap. This is the worst sequel I have ever seen in my entire life, and we're going to talk about why. So we talked about Space Jam. We talked about the nerd looks. We talked about Mr. What's his name? Smack something. Moron Mountain. We've talked about the fact that aliens from outer space were going to kidnap the Toons from Toon World, from Looney Tune World. To have them be enslaved as performers for Moron Mountain, right? And then the canon of Space Jam is that Toon World is underneath the Earth's crust, the real Earth, the 3D Earth. They are 2D animation. So the Earth, which is the 3D aspect of, if we're going into true Space Jam canon with different dimensions, Toon World is a 2D dimension under the Earth's crust. The 3D world is humans and everything that is on the Earth's surface. Okay, so that's the premise of Space Jam. Michael Jordan is sucked into Toontown, Toon World. Toontown, I keep forgetting, is Disney. Toon World is Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers. So that's Space Jam. Okay, this is trying to be Jumanji Next Level, which was an awesome film because it took the game, and the game itself transformed into a video game because it was adapting to the new type of games that the kids were playing, and then sucked that kid Alex in, and then it was lost for quite some time, and the new teens found this old video game system and played Jumanji and got sucked into that game, and they were digitized and sucked and playing into the game. That was Jumanji Next Level. That was years ago, okay? Space Jam New Legacy is the same premise, but with a server. So the server for Warner Brothers is run by an AI named Algorithm, right? Algorithm, okay? Who's played by Don Cheadle. And Al is hell-bent on getting the respect he deserves, okay? So he creates an app. He makes an algorithm where he's going to convince LeBron James, the king of social media, to be digitized and to be put into all these different projects and make so much money for Warner Brothers. Sarah Silverman is part of the pitch for half a second. Stephen Yoon is the pitch for half a second. You have these big names like Michael B. Jordan is in this for half a second, making fun of the fact that his name is Michael Jordan. He's not Michael A. Jordan, he's Michael B. Jordan. So things, right? So you have LeBron James, right, basically fighting with one of his sons, Dom. Dom creates video games. LeBron doesn't like that he creates video games. He wants him to play basketball, right? Do as your father does. Tale as old as time. So Algorithm comes across Dom's game and tweaks it to make it his own game, so that way he forces LeBron and Dom, after they're digitized, after they're meeting at Warner Brothers Studio, into the Warner Brothers server to play against each other. But they have to have a team. They have to have teams to fight each other. So Algorithm creates these different Goon Squad individuals, not Monstars, no, Goon Squad against the Toon Squad. And then Bugs Bunny is the only one left in Looney Tune World, and he has to go with LeBron James to collect all of his Looney Tune friends across the various different worlds in the Warner Brothers server. So we go to the DC universe, we go into Harry Potter world, we go into were we in the Wizard of Oz world? I don't know. We were in Casablanca for a bit, we were in Austin Powers for a bit. We were in so many different things, and I'm tired. I'm tired. So tired. We'll explain why I'm tired. So the teams get together and they face off against each other, and then LeBron realizes that he should have just let his son be himself and stop trying to make him just like him. And then the son realizes his dad's sorry and joins the Toon Squad and leaves the Goon Squad behind. But then the Luck Nerds, who are the Monstars in the first movie, are on the sidelines cheering on the Toon Squad for 2 frames, okay? I counted. But then you have all these different Warner Brothers characters lining the entirety of Toon World, cheering on the Toon Squad. And then you have all these real-life people who were sucked into the game via an app that Alec G. Rhythm had created. And if the Goon Squad wins, then the Toons get deleted, and every human that's in this digital Warner Brothers server world is trapped in there forever. But if the Toon Squad wins, then everybody goes free, right? And they live happily ever after. So then they have to learn how to play the game and how to cheat and how to, defy expectations, all those things, right? And then they happen. So in the process of this, the Toons go from 2D animation to 3D animation, and then when the game is finally won by the Toon Squad, they go back to 2D animation because the game is over, so the upgrades are gone. And then father and son live happily ever after, with bringing the son to game camp, and then Bugs Bunny appears after we assume he's dead, because he glitched out of the server, but no, he glitched out of the server and became real in a 3D animation sense. Next to LeBron James as his son is going off to game camp, and then he's saying, "Oh, all my friends are going to come visit, and I hope you have bunk beds in your mansion." The end. So, why I say I'm tired? We had in Ready Player One in 2015 an amazing story based off of the book. Now, I didn't read the book, and I know the book is very different, but the movie that we got, directed by Steven Spielberg, was incredible, right? We had all of these Warner Brother properties, we had all these Universal properties that were licensed to be in this. Like you had the Iron Giant, you had King Kong, like you had these different characters who we see in this film as well, but we also see all of these characters in the Lego Batman movie. Warner Brothers has done this twice already. They've done the Gremlin Mohawk and his Gremlin crew running amok in the Lego Batman movie. You have them in this film. It was interesting seeing the Hanna-Barbera characters in this film because we didn't see them in the Lego Batman movie. We didn't see them in the Ready Player One movie. But the same concept applies, right? This is trying to be Jumanji Next Player, okay? It failed miserably. But it's trying to be Jumanji Next Player. We have the exact same concept of having the Iron Giant and King Kong in Ready Player One. In the Lego Batman movie, we have King Kong. We don't have Iron Giant. But then we have, in this film, Space Jam: New Legacy, Iron Giant and King Kong. Why in the hell are you giving me 2 movies out of those 3 featuring the Iron Giant, but you're not giving me an Iron Giant sequel? You see, the priorities are not right. I don't understand. This was trying to be fanfare for the millennial crowd, right? That's my generation. This came out in 96. I was 6 years old. My brother was 4. We talked about how incredible that the first film was, right? How nostalgic and how perfectly crafted it was for us. This was trying to be fanfare for us, but it failed miserably. Why are you going to have Bugs Bunny doing an MC Hammer impression when a 6-year-old kid watching this is not going to know who the hell MC Hammer is, so he's not going to understand why Bugs Bunny in baggy pants is funny, right? I need to know what idiot wrote this, and I need to know what idiot approved of the idiot's script that wrote this, because this is stupid. It's stupid. It was trying to be 3 things in the same time, but it was recycled. And that's what pisses me off the most. There was nothing original about this. It was just a parody of Space Jam. So I feel horrible for myself watching back my Space Jam review, speaking of how great the nostalgia is of the first film and how much I absolutely love it. I have such high expectations for the second film. Bruh. If I knew the things now that I didn't know then, oh, would I be so upset. I am upset. I am so upset that this is recycled trash that had no originality to it. I said it. I'm so disappointed. And I hope when Ready Player 2 comes out that it doesn't feel like recycled trash. Because Ready Player 1 was absolutely incredible. So I feel like Ready Player 2 is going to be on that same par, despite the fact that we are going to have multiple characters from multiple universes in this film. But that's the point, because it's a playable character. They're not just spectators at a basketball game. Completely different. The characters in the Lego Batman movie, the Gremlins, the Flying Monkeys, the Wicked Witch of the West, Voldemort, King Kong, like a swamp creature or whatever, they all had points of helping the villains defeat the heroes, right? So they were useful for a bit. They weren't standing on the sidelines cheering on the heroes, right? This movie had all of these extra background characters. Like you had the nun, right? You had Pennywise. You had all of these White Walkers. You had different Game of Thrones characters. You had the Mask. I don't. You have all of these little Easter eggs thrown in on the sidelines as actual costumed people, but for what? For nostalgic purposes? Oh, look, it's the Mask. Oh, look, it's Pennywise. Great, but utilize them. Don't just throw them in the corner and call it a day. What? How is that fanfare? That is a tease. That is words that I will not be repeating because it is NSFW. It's a tease. It's a blank tease, and I don't appreciate it. I'm done talking about this. I'm so disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Mahalo.